Thanks for clicking on my video. Before we get started, please click the subscribe button so that you can get more great content such as this one. Thanks. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm your host Tony Coleman, and today I'm going to do an unboxing of the Mode phone. It came in a regular padded envelope. It's kind of heavily beat. They do ship out of Hong Kong, so it probably gets abused quite a bit on its way to you. It was surprisingly quick to come across sea, so I will give them props for that. As you can see, it is still unopened. It's got a pretty generic looking box, nothing fantastic, but I'll go ahead and open it up and make sure they included all the stuff they said. Alright, so got the invitation. It says to register for your referral link, blah blah blah. Already have one. Telling you to connect to Wi-Fi, complete the phone setup, and then create a current app account if you don't already have one. Then they have a way for you to claim 4,000 bonus points in the Earn As You Go widget. And then they want you to visit themodefone.com to learn more about earning money with Mode. Hopefully most people buying this phone already has a pretty good idea how to earn money using it. So here is the phone. Stick that there. Underneath, typical packaging. I'm not seeing anything wow factor. These are the headphones that come with it. Will probably never get used because they are probably just cheapo generic headphones. But they do at least let you talk with them. Here is the way overpriced or assumed overpriced case. Again, nothing fantastic, just cheap plastic. Probably costs less than a dime to make, but they want to claim it's expensive. You get the user manual. This is the charging brick. Has a regular USB-A style header on it instead of the USB-C that's probably more desirable. This is the actual charging cable because they use the traditional USB micro instead of a USB-C port, which would have been a lot better for modern phones. So definitely have chosen a lot of cheaper parts to put into a phone that they want to compare to high-end phones. And of course it comes with a 32 gigabyte micro SD card because they lie to you in the specs telling you that it has 64 gigabyte internal when it actually only has 32 gigabyte internal, and then they include a 32 gigabyte memory card, acting like that is equivalent to having a full 64 gig inside your phone. Anybody who has half a brain and has used Android phones knows that there's many apps that will not install to a micro SD card and still work. So just something to keep in mind if you are looking at their specs. They are very misleading on their website as to what the capabilities of this phone is comparable to, but we'll move on from there anyway. Let me go ahead and try and get this plugged in. I do have an outlet right here for this purpose. Immediately goes into that. So it came with 45% charge, so I'll go ahead and turn it on. As far as how it feels in hand, I would say it's probably medium grade quality feel to it. It's not got that cheap feel like you would get from the cheap Alcatels or the ZTE phones, but it doesn't have that heavy, solid feel that you would get from a more high-end phone either. So go ahead and start. Connect to mobile network. We don't have a SIM card yet, so no mobile network. Wi-Fi. I will go ahead and connect to my Wi-Fi. So I only have like a half dozen of them. We'll use the faster one for this. Where is it? All right. Checking for updates. Hopefully it finds some, because I've been told that the newest firmware has come out allowing you to use the charge screen on the mode phone. Which is a huge step up from using Gift Loop, which is a terrible app. Honestly, don't know why they bothered doing anything other than the current app with this phone, but clearly they needed to hit a deadline and have a feature in it that was desirable, and they chose poorly. This can take a few minutes, so I'll pause the video, and as soon as it is done with the updates, I will come right back. Alright, so it's already gone past that. Now it's wanting to copy apps and data. I'm not copying anything over, so don't copy. Usually if you would choose that option, it would have you connect through the USB cables, but or in this case, since it's not using USB-C, it would probably have you go across Wi-Fi. But let me go ahead and add a Google account. Alright, so now it wants me to agree. Pretty standard setup for Android. Yes, there is a protective film over it. I usually leave those on there since I don't actually plan on using this phone as my primary phone, so this will help give it some protection in case like a kid drops it or something, knocks it off the table or what have you. Okay, I'm not setting a screen lock. Don't really need to check out anything trending through Google. Don't need a voice assistant. No thanks to setting anything else up. Adding finishing touches. Alright, and finally we are getting to the desktop. So immediately various apps try and do their things here, as you can see. Don't need to copy any of that. Looks like it's already got current trying to load. What we need to do is try to update it. Here you can see some of the specs. It does have dual SIMs. That's one of the things I will be testing with this phone. It's got 3 gig of RAM. Android 10. IMEIs for each of your slots. System updates. It's downloading a system update. First one right out of the box is 78.21 megabyte. That should go relatively quick. The reason I'm showing you to do this is because this is probably something you'll need to do right out of the box, since they do have these system updates. It will change how the phone will earn, so make sure you apply these. I myself do not intend on using gift loop at all, so I want to have this fully updated so that I can avoid that. For those wondering, I did not buy the phone. I used my current rewards to get the free mode phone from cashing out. It took about roughly a week for them to just email me a code for it. Once I placed the order, though, it went pretty painless and quick. They did charge $10 for shipping, which should be put in the stipulation of the gift card cash out, because a free phone implies that you don't pay anything, and that's not the case. You still need to pay shipping and handling. Like I said, it will come out of Hong Kong, but it came FedEx and was surprisingly quick. I personally do not think the price that they charge for this phone is anywhere near reasonable or even close to what the phone is worth for the hardware that it's got. I would say the phone is probably closer to a $50 to $75 phone that you can get from older versions of, say, the Pixels or Galaxies and so on and so forth. So far, nothing wowing to indicate that this is like $100+ phone. So now what we're doing is checking to see if there are more system updates. It says system update, but we all know to check again. System is up to date. So it's got the November 5th of 2020 update. Does not seem to have anything else here. I will check one more time. Okay, so that update, and then we need to go to the Play Store and make sure all the apps are updated on the Play Store. And what I usually do is I start with settings, and I tell it to do auto updates on any network. Right now it doesn't matter because it's only on Wi-Fi. There will most likely be, yeah. So here you can see there are several apps right off the bat that will need updated. Current was down there, gift loop was up here, just to update all. This could take a few minutes, so I will pause the video again and wait for this to be complete, and then I will be back. Alright, so all the apps are now finally fully up to date. As you can see, it's preloaded with a few apps. You scroll up to get to the apps that's in there. If you do not already have a current account, you would need to just tap on the current app and create a new one. I'm going to hold off until I put a SIM card in here, because I will use the phone number to activate the account for current. I do have a couple SIMs that I need to activate. I plan on starting with US Mobile, possibly using the AT&T, actually the T-Mobile carrier portion of it, because with US Mobile they send you two SIMs. They send you a black one, which is for Verizon. They also send you a white one, which is T-Mobile. Since I use SIM cache, I have to use the white one, because the black does not work. The other provider I'll probably be going with will probably be also a T-Mobile MVNO, which is Gen Mobile. So hopefully I can test both of those. You can see there's some games already pre-installed on here. Not necessarily a good thing, just because it's bloat for a lot of people, but it is what it is. So that's pretty much all of it. Here we have the camera. Yes, we'll give it permissions for locations and stuff. Slide right to switch mode. Slide left to enter settings. We'll just start here. So looks like there's a small delay in there, but nothing fantastic. Let's see. So swipe to the right for settings. Typical. And I do plan on doing a follow-up video after I've had time to actually test all of the settings and give a final opinion on the overall quality of the phone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So other than just logging into apps and using the regular apps, that's all you really got to know about the Mode Phone software portion and starting up. The next thing I will do is basically show you how to insert your memory card and eventually SIM card as well. So I will unplug that. Down here in this corner they have the groove popping off the back. You can see the big battery. It is not a removable battery. To some that's a big deal. Up here is for the actual memory card. Both of these are SIM card slots. So all you would do is pop it out of the case and then slide it in like so. There. Just pop your back on. Again, for this kind of money, they should have made it a USB-C device. I'm sure they did it so they could make it the phone as cheap as possible. And after it boots back up, it should tell us that it's got the memory card in there. See in the top here, that's already starting to detect memory card. Don't do any of that stuff. Thanks anyway. Access the photos, sure. Got it. But at the top here, it's got the icon indicating that there is a memory card now inserted. They have a files app, pretty standard. And here they have internal storage, which has 22 gigabyte free of the 32 gigabyte. So they're using up 10 just for their apps and the operating system. And then it shows the SD card as 32 gigabyte. So that's all you really got to do to set this phone up, other than setting up the current app. I honestly wouldn't even mess with Gift Loop, because they are now implementing the charging feature within the current app on this phone. So I would just avoid Gift Loop altogether. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments section, because I would be more than happy to test any features that need to be tested, as long as it's within the services I have access to. That is the phone plug. If there's anything that you think it does better than others, please let me know. If you want to try it out for yourself, I do have a referral link for purchasing them. However, I would recommend just earning through the current app on another phone and then cashing out for a free mode phone at this point. And then in the next video I should have dual SIM tested to see how well it works for SIM cache, as well as how well it's earning for current in the process. I plan on testing to see if current interferes with the SIM cache earning, because it seems to do that on my Pixel 2s and on my Hot Pepper Ghosts. So, and that pretty much covers everything that I was having questions on prior, and hopefully it answers anything you've got. I will say that it surprised me that the quality of the build is as good as it is. I was expecting it to be more along the lines of a cheaper plastic toy phone feel, but it actually has a medium grade phone feel. I would be comfortable with a phone that feels like this. It is a bigger screen. If that matters to some people want a smaller phone, but it is much larger than, say, the Pixel 4a. So that's all I got for today. Until next time, have a good one.